So back to the little Beretta Bearcat. This is part 2 of the earlier video. I ran out of storage in the phone, so I had to delete a couple things. With the 22, it was 22 long rifle, and it was sticking because it has swollen chamber. So I told the customer, hey, we're going to have to get a replacement barrel or get one from Beretta. Then I found in the bottom of the box, the original manufacturer's box, that the previous owner had sent it to Beretta. They had discovered the same thing I had discovered. It had a swollen chamber. There's no extractor on that particular gun. It has a little tip-up barrel, and it's just straight blowback. Anyway, it said, swollen chamber, barrel needs to be replaced. Customer declined. So somebody else had sent the gun in, knew what was wrong with it, but sold it to the gun shop where this gentleman had bought it. So once again, it wasn't a do-it-yourself situation, but it was definitely a situation where they didn't know their firearm very well. Then there was the case of a Rock Island Commander length 1911 in almost new condition, but the customer came in and he complained that it wouldn't hold back on the last round. And he said, and I determined by using my magazines and some Chip McCormick magazines that it worked perfectly fine, but it wouldn't work with his magazines. And he said, well, hey, those are brand new so-and-so combat magazines. They should work just fine, but they didn't work on that gun. So anyway, I ended up picking up that gun from him for a song. I'm perfectly happy with it. But once again, he wouldn't listen to me. That gun has never failed to lock back or feed with some decent magazines in it. Then another person, I won't call him a customer, calls up and says, hey, have you got any Parkerizing solution? Well, this person is known for buying collectible guns and then touching them up with cold bluing, which is totally a no-no. I mean, if you got a gun that's so bad it needs restoration, hey, restore it for real. Don't use cold bluing on it and then think that that makes it more collectible, because it doesn't. And why is he calling me when he can call Brownells and get all the Parkerizing solution he wants? Another customer, this is very recent, called in with a Springfield Hellcat, lost a part from it. And so it took me an extra day to get back to him. My bad. But I got back and he says, oh, never mind. I took it back to the guy who was helping me with it, and he's going to get he's going to take it to somebody else and blah, 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 blah. Well, they lost a part trying to do it yourself with their own gun, and it was a new gun virtually. I'm not sure how old exactly. And then the last thing is a device that some people have finally gotten a couple delivered of, whose initials end with GG. That's the product, okay? I'm not going to say the name of it, but basically what they're doing is they're doing some machining on something that has all the horsepower of a Dremel tool. I run a CNC machine shop here. My machines have 15 horsepower. Those are toys, okay? But this thing is a little thing about the size of the average 3D printer. It has no rigidity, has no horsepower. Customer brings in 3 attempts and says, hey, I want you to finish these. I said, well, that's not my job. That's not what I do. Now, I will admit that a couple of times when people, have had a little bit of trouble, I've given them some guidance and helped them out, and they've been happy. But I am not going to help out somebody who thinks that they can buy this product, whose initials are GG, do it all by themselves and tell everybody how good they are, and then when they fail, they come to me. That's not my job. It's not what I do. So, anyway, I hope this gives you guys some guidance. Try not to make a lot of work if you're going to take it into the gunsmith. I live in a town where we have a gunsmithing school. So there are, literally hundreds of guys who all took the gunsmithing course, but who never really paid any dues or made their living gunsmithing. But they help out their neighbors, and sometimes it just doesn't go well. So just thought I'd touch base with you. Also, hey, have a happy holiday. Be safe. If you don't have to drive anywhere, hey, don't drive anywhere, but especially don't have any alcohol and drive. It'll just be better for everybody. Anyway, be well, and we'll talk soon.